welcome back to the show. This is Share Your Brand Experience on Consumer Alert TV, and the topic for today is customer engagement. How do you relate with your customers? How do customers relate to you? Are you a free person? Are you a strict person? And also, how do customers themselves understand the fact that even though there is a phrase called customers are always right, sometimes, being rude and also being condescending is not what we are preaching on the show. Customers are always right, yes, but know that the retailers, the wholesalers also have their own rights. So don't make that phrase get too much into your head. Well, thank you for joining us and sticking around till now. If you're just joining the show, don't panic. We are still talking extensively on customer engagement on the show today.
Wow, Kike says no panic, no fears. What are you afraid of? This is Share Your Brand Experience, like she just said. And if you're just joining us on to this program, we're talking about customer engagement, and it's something practical and something relatable because it happens, of course, every day. We transact, we buy a whole lot. And please, the number you're seeing on the screen, of course, is the number you can call to be part of the conversation. Of course, we are here in the studio to hear your narrative out. Of course, share your experience with us. We want to be part of your ordeal. We want to be part of your story. Please bring it on. And the numbers for what people, if you cannot call due to one or two reasons, of course, you can see the WhatsApp number. Just send us a text. And in reference to the WhatsApp number, we got a message from Bolu. Bolu from Yaba says, there is a woman from whom I usually buy corn. Okay, whenever I'm coming home from work, I am the type of person who doesn't like hard corn. I prefer my roasted corn to be soft and hot. On a particular day, I closed from work late and decided to stop by her store. I tried to negotiate the price of the usual corn, which was typically 200 naira. To my surprise, it had increased to 300 naira. I asked her why, but the response was instantly frustrating. She said, look at the size of this corn. You're telling me 200 naira. A reaction annoyed me, so I left. However, I couldn't shake the craving for corn, so I decided to return and buy it despite the hike in price. She even used the word hike in price. Okay, interesting. She further says, when I touched the corn, I realized it wasn't even hot. I pointed this out again, and she immediately started shouting, asking why I touched a corn, going on and on in a loud voice as if I were begging for it. I felt embarrassed because it was an open public space. Since that day, I've stopped buying from her. Now, whenever I crave for corn, I'll just rather ignore the craving than go back to the store. Another issue I want to bring out on the program is I wanted to buy toothbrush. Then I branched a place to request for hard brush. The seller said 700 naira and the price is for 500 naira. And she said it in an angry way. Okay, she said, Emi gon o Emi gon rani iye. Okay, yeah. She said Emi gon rani iye kogba in an annoying way. I could have bought it, but there is a way you engage and persuade your customer and consumer to buy something from you. Not that you just talk to the person in a saucy way, which is not supposed to be so. Kike, you look good. You all are doing great, and I enjoy watching your programs a lot. Bolu from Yaba, thank you so much. That was the whole. I think
that must have been like a therapy section for her.
Yeah, Kike, what do you think? I think Bolu is part of the people who you should not offend, because in the next 10
Me
to
too. I would
years,
not go back to
always
you.
Make reference
no,
to
I
it.
wouldn't go back to you. I'm spending my money, so why are you being rude to me? No, I can't sell it for you. That's it. End of discussion. There's no need for you to be rude and annoying. Everybody's frustrated in Nigeria, so don't pour your frustration onto me. I wasn't the one that went to the market to buy corn, so I didn't understand what was going on. You could have just explained to her that, oh no, this corn is like that and this is like that. You don't want them to touch your corn. You should have given them something to wrap around it and say, oh, this is a hot corn. I'm very sure if the corn was hot, even through the paper, you feel the heat. So I don't think that's an issue.
Let's look at this from the reaction of Bolu. When it comes to customer engagement, it's not limited until maybe popular brands. People will buy menial things at the roadside. Of course, it's an engagement.
Yeah.
Most of them are quite unprofessional. I'm not saying maybe talking about literacy or illiteracy, talking about the manner of approach. What is happening? Is it the word charity begins at home, or the hike in price, or they're trying to pour down their frustration on consumer? What is happening there?
I just think they're trying to just pour down their frustration on consumers. And that's not how to deal with life, actually. I'm also frustrated as a consumer. You're not the only one frustrated.
But you're a big woman, you don't look frustrated.
Okay. I'm just telling you the truth. Whether you're telling me that I'm pricing something down by 15 naira, I know why I'm pricing it down by 15 naira. Maybe I don't have the 15 naira to top it off with. It doesn't work like that. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't sell it for you, blah, blah, blah. Even I, as a reasonable person, will reason with you and try to even add money to it. Yes, we all know sometimes we just want to price as Nigerians, even though we have the money.
It's
we just
normal.
want to price. But it's the way you approach the person and say, oh, go back, or buy, you tell them in the language they understand. If you can do that to the person, I'm very sure a reasonable person will add more money to it and you get whatever you want to get. Why do you think people price something half the price and they still sell it for it? Because the people that are the retailers buy it even lesser than the half price, but because they want to add too much of profit to it. That's why people will be like, okay, come on, why are you selling this for me? How can I buy corn of 200 yesterday and selling it for 300 today? It's kind of suspicious. So I have the right to ask you, if you cannot tolerate answers, why are you selling products?
Is it a sin to price our market? Are we doing too much as a consumer to price all this market to engaging on our daily activities? It is not a sin, I must say, from my own perspective, from my own end. It is something we grew up to, a natural phenomenon. But most people, when you price stuff, they look like you, like, okay, it's not going to create you. Why are you pricing down my market?
Fingers are not equal.
Well, what can I say? I think I leave that to the consumer and the brand owners, or people that sell stuff, of course, to do the proper rating there. Now let's look at the benefit of consumer engagement, because I believe that like we said earlier on when we started this program, that it's an interaction, a transaction between two individuals, the buyer and the seller. And please before we move back, of course you can be part of the program this afternoon by calling the numbers displaying on your screen, or send us a WhatsApp message via the number you're seeing on the big screen. It's Share Your Brand Experience, and today we're talking about customer engagement. We want to be part of your narrative, want to be part of your story. Please do well to call the numbers. So back to what we were saying. It's a transactional conversation between two partners, and I believe that most of the time it's beneficiary to both the A and the B. The A, which is the brand owners, is because you will get the money. Alright, apologies for that one there. Welcome back to the program. This is Share Your Brand Experience, and today's we're talking about customer engagement, and of course it's a transactional thing, an interactive communication conversation between both parties. So like we were saying before that break and transmission, it's beneficiary to A and B.
Yes.
For the A, you're letting out a good, you're getting the money. For B, what you're buying, you want to use it to solve a need or you want at that particular time. So most of the time you might get a brand or you might get a product, and it might not even be your size. It might not be working for you. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. apologies for the breaking transmission. This is Share Your Brand Experience on Consumer Alert TV, and on this program, of course, we're here to hear your narrative out. We are here to hear your story, to hear your experiences, one or two, the good or the bad. And today we're talking about consumer engagement. And like I was saying earlier on, it's something transactional between the two individuals, the two parties.
Exactly.
For the part A, you're getting money. Yeah, because of course you're not doing it for charity.
No.
You want to make money.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why are you actually being saucy to us?
So for the other individual, that's the consumer, the customer, what you're getting, of course, want to solve your need and your want at that particular time. And if it's not well detailed, if the conversation, if the engagement is not well interactive enough, we for cases maybe when we get something, maybe we don't know how to use it, on the manual is not there, and we're like, thank God I got a number, hello, oh, thank you for coming the other day, and it's all based because the transaction, the interaction, the engagement
was
beautiful and was good for the both parties. So we need to look at the benefit of consumer engagement. And please, the numbers displaying on the screens, the number you can call to be part of the program on Share Your Brand Experience. Of course, we're not here just to talk alone. We're here for you to hear your narrative, to hear your ordeal out. I said something earlier on when the program started that in the world whereby consumers are not given a voice and they don't have a chance to express themselves, and there is a slot for you to express how you feel. I think it's a national cake. Allow me use the word, because national cake is something rare that comes like once in a lifetime. So it's a national cake you actually need to jump on. Talking about the benefit of customer engagement, it increased loyalty.
Exactly.
Yeah, all these things we need to educate the brand owners and the consumer. These things, they're not something new. We all know these things, but most of the time we just feel, we have this mentality that I will sell my market.
Yes.
If A did not buy, B will
buy.
And the moment you start having that mentality that if A did not buy, B will,
it distorts the flow.
You are even implicating yourself and your brand the more, because that moment
you don't care anymore about your consumers. Then if you are saying if A did not buy, B will buy, you don't care about your consumers.
Of course, you're right.
Anymore.
The moment that, aside from the fact that you do not care, the moment they are all, the market is very competitive. They are all about one sector, about one industry. They are like different brands that serve or product that serve same function. So that purpose, you are losing, and the other competitors in the market are doing well. So in a reference like Consumer Voice, like so they mentioned it and they'll be like, what is happening? So the mentality that if it did not buy, B will buy, I think it's something we need to
work on
and erase it, because the moment we get it, we will not have that detailed customer engagement relationship. I saw it was a skit that was over the weekend, and it was I wouldn't mention, I don't want to mention about it, but I will mention about it actually. So the skits were the TikTokers were like, okay, how it looks like when you want to buy from brand owners in Ibadan. So the moment the lady walked in, it was like, hearing, in the kind of insult. So it was a glass boost for both parties, and it is something that happened, most often, most of the time. It happens often, even not in Ibadan. It happens everywhere.
But it's actually I live in Lagos. I've been in Ibadan. I've lived in Ilorin. The experience is quite different. When it comes to Ibadan, it is actually more rampant.
Don't let us go there. Actually, apologies. It's not like that. So, talking about that,
we just need to do better actually, because people are seeing it. People are seeing it as a trend that happened. So now they don't. Foreigners are actually scared. People that are not living in Ibadan. I will not say foreigners. They are not Nigerians, but people that are not living in Ibadan actually have this mindset that they are kind of, if you price their market, they're going to insult you, which isn't supposed to be so. So we need to create a friendly environment for customers that want to engage with us.
Yeah, you're very right, Akike. One of the benefits of customer engagement is that it increases loyalty. Engaging your customers and your consumers, they are more likely to become loyal and loyal advocates to your brand.
They will even refer you.
And one of the line the longevity for a brand is referral. You know, when people refer your brand, of course, it's something that works for you and works for the consumer as well. And talking about increased loyalty, you know, that is where you see that most people will tell you that I've been sticking to a brand for 10 years.
Exactly.
You know, earlier on in the program, we had consumer analytics in consumer voice, and some people said they've been using a particular season cube for about 7 to 8 years.
I can remember when we were even talking about bar soap, like body soap. People have said that they've been using it from where they were young. That's because of the kind of engagement they've gotten from these people, from the manufacturers, and that's why they're sticking to them. So loyalty also is a lot of things.
It's a whole lot.
If you have a good customer engagement with your people, they will refer you, they will keep buying from you, and they will stay with you through thick and thin. That's the truth.
Consumer engagement is something that we cannot just minor but major about, and of course it improves retention, and you know, engaging consumers are less likely to switch to, you know, competitors. They will let go of their competitors and come back to you. That is why I said it is something that happens day to day. It is something practical. It is something that is factual. We're not talking right now based on maybe opinion or based on illusion. We're talking about what happens. I as an individual, you as an individual, the moment we enter somewhere, to maybe a store, an open place, or anybody that will attend to us at that moment is a brand, you know, representing the brand owner or whatever whatsoever. The moment the person, you know, talks to us in a saucy way, we just let go.
Nobody wants to be talked to rudely, actually. Nobody wants to be talked to rudely. Nobody wants to be spoken to like a child, like if I don't know what I'm doing, especially when I'm giving you my money. And I always say it, don't let the phrase customers are always right to get into your head. Please don't be saucy to retailers, wholesalers, and people that are selling products. They're also human beings. If I'm selling something to you and you insult me, it may take a while for me to react to you, but when it gets to some point, I'm definitely going to react. I'm not a doormat.
I'm talking about a positive word of mouth, engaging your consumers, you know, sharing their experiences with others, generating positive word of mouth. You know, a lot of brand owners, some entrepreneurs do this a whole lot, whereby when you patronize them, they call you, how is this brand, you know, tell me your experience about it, you know, yeah, that's the word, God bless you, follow up. So it is well needed. So on the program too, of course, there is still time slots. You can call the numbers on the screen and share your experience about the consumer engagement you've ever had. And talking about strategies for consumer engagement, we have a whole lot of ways you can engage with your customers, your consumer, social media, leveraging your social media platform to interact with.
That one is even the key one now. Everybody's
so now I can literally say that most of the entrepreneurs out there are now like kit maker.
Yes, so because I want to sell their product.
Because you know, they create a lot of content, and you know, we were talking about social. It was on Share Your Brand Experience. We're talking about the impact of social media. Yes, and you know, it got to the time we said we're talking because I know you used to talk a lot. Now I think I'm becoming an addict. Okay, it is what it is. I now love it now. You know, and you were talking about. I asked about FYP, and he said, you know, the moment you started using the hashtag, you know, you start coming to people's timeline and all of that. So right now, most of brand owners, the entrepreneurs,
people actually pay to sponsor their videos so that it can go viral. So yeah.
So you know, the moment they are saying this, they'll be like, "Who is this funny woman that, you know, does this kind of?" You would want to just check out what she's selling out, what she's trying to dish out to the people. So social media is something important you have to use. The email marketing as well, of course. Major brands, major manufacturers use this as well. Use email campaigns to nurture relationship, offer personalized content, and encourage engagement. Most of the time, you get, you know,
email from
people
that you've gotten something from.
Just to greet you.
Yeah, how are you?
And all
Happy
of that.
birthday, stuff
just like
that.
the ones banks and all other industry do.
Yes,
they do that a whole lot. Then to talk about content marketing, I think it was still on Share Your Brand Experience. That is why our viewers need to stay so glued to the screen, most especially consumer on TV, not even limiting it to Share Your Brand Experience, because you get to know a whole lot of
all the programs.
Yes, perspective when it comes to consumers line. It was here we're talking about. It was still on the day we're talking about the impact of social media. I said I think it's about time. So higher institutions. I was the one that I think I suggested it on the program, and they had to be like, okay, there are some courses like that talking about content making, content marketing, and all of that, because you know the world is evolving so well. So content marketing, because create valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain customers. It is very, very essential. That's one of the strategies, of course, to make consumer. And most of the big brands do that. Of course, they cannot make. In fact, do you know that some? Let's look at into the real estate. Most of them, you now see them on site dancing. Holding. It's a way to appeal, to engage, to interact.
Just to get customers. Yeah.
That okay. I want to. I want to know what is happening about this particular brand. So it's very essential. And consumer feedback. Make sure you act on consumer feedback, because you demonstrating on their opinion
makes them feel very comfortable with you, and then let go of themselves. They open up to you. They make you like their friend. They feel vulnerable around you because they feel like you have their best interest at heart, which is supposed to be the norms actually.
It even makes them to patronize you, man. There are a lot of other benefits, like a referral, just like you said, and the loyalty program as well is all needed. Implement loyalty program that reward consumers. This is most of people
loyalty
buy.
Cards.
Maybe. Recharge card vouchers, buy one get one free, and all of that. These things are something that could make you and your consumer bond so well.
Exactly. Who doesn't like a promo?
Of course, everybody loves. So, and by doing all this, most especially feedback, and I was saying it, you said follow up the other time. Collecting feedback through survey, focus group, one-on-one interactions to gain insight into the consumer needs and preferences. And I'm only saying it, the moment you, as a brand, consumer preference, their taste, their choice, that it's quality over quantity, you are made.
Yeah.
Because everybody will want to up on your brand.
Exactly.
And of course it's at the latter end, it's for the betterment of the brand owners, because of course they make a lot of sales, and of course income generation left, right, center from there. So please prioritizing customer engagement. Businesses can build strong relationship with consumer, can drive loyalty, and ultimately achieve long-term success. Exactly. It's something beautiful when you we're analyzing about a brand, and we're talking about in the milk industry. That was last week, and we said there are over 5 decades. So it's because of it's a long-term success, because there are some brands that they started together, talking about Peak Milk, and
exactly.
they are nowhere to be found
today.
So if you are on the market's world for 10 to years, 2 decades, 3 decades, and you're still taking your ground, and people have to make reference to you.
You must have been doing well.
Of course, it's a long-term success, and I must testify that it's based on the consumer engagement. So consumer engagement, of course, is something beautiful to brand owners. You need to up on it. I know we all are doing it, but the better we know that this thing has to do with the longevity of a business or brand's lifespan, the better for our brands and all of us, even with the consumer as well. And talking about consumer engagement, consumers too, we should not misuse the opportunity, because she said all of the saying, customers always right. Customers is my money. No. It does not work that way. They say respect is reciprocal. It's what you give to me, I give to you. It's what you order yourself.
Exactly.
You cannot order so you cannot order me salt and you think I serve you a chicken, and no. I will, the way you bring it to me, I'll give it back to you. So it is law of karma. It's very, very simple. Nothing so hard about it. So please, let's make use of consumer engagement, because it's something to hold on a high esteem, and it's something to look out for as a brand owner and consumer that we are. So please, to bring it down the program, what do you have to say?
I'll just say, as a customer, try to understand where your manufacturers, your retailers, your wholesalers are coming from. These people are human, and when they tell you a particular price, it might exactly be that was how they got it in the market, and they're just trying to make a little bit of profit. If they are not allowing you to price down their market, you can always go to some other place to get the particular product that you have. That's not the only retailer or wholesaler.
Oh, that's not straight, because some people will use that, go to the first place, go to the second place.
If you think that it is stressful for you, then stick to the price. A seller can.
It's not a fault. It's a choice.
A seller will not inconvenience themselves, just like you will not inconvenience yourself also. And as a seller, please do well to understand that consumers also are trying to cut down on cost. Not everybody has the money and fingers are not equal. And let's cut down on the sauciness, the rudeness, and the frustration. Nobody is out there to actually attack anybody. We're just here to actually get profit. You want to sell just as much as I want to buy what I need from you. So I think that's everything I have to say.
In this era, I think,
and the customer engagement is really, really important. Emotional attachment. People gain lifelong friendship from customer engagement, and try to always listen to your customers. And also for customers, I've told you that customer is always right is a phrase that, yes, it can be true, but when you're being saucy to another person, it's just a little. There's a thin line between anger and actually, violence. Anything can happen. So with what you dish, that's what you're going to be served.
What else can I say? What do I have to say? But I just have to give some words in 2 lines, because Akike said it all. You stop from that. We should take it easy, because everybody is frustrated. Not even in this era.
Yeah.
Everything we do now is based on calculation and based on budget. It is what it is. Let's take it calm and cool with each other. I'm talking about consumer engagement. Please, it's something we need to prioritize and make it a major. I said it earlier, it's not something we make minor. It's something something that is meant to be on top of the list and not last on the list. So thank you so much. Please stay with us for more updates on Consumer Alert TV. I am Ire Ayomikunle Eke, and please follow us on all our social media platforms. It is well needed. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ire Ayomikunle Eke. Please do well to enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Share your brand experience, and what we'll be seeing, it will be a new month. Happy new month in advance.
Happy new month in advance. I'm Kikelomo Achibola. Bye for now.